Well, good evening. I hope everybody's doing well out there. How you doing, Ray? Long time no see, my friend. Oh man, I'm glad we don't have that kind of snow that y'all got up there. This whole town would be completely shut down. I was looking at the school closings a while ago. There's a bunch of schools going to be closed tomorrow too, and the roads are not bad. Um, not the traveled roads. Some of the side roads may be a little slick, but I don't think it's supposed to get that cold tonight. 31, 29. But even at actually, it's going to warm up the later it gets. 29 at 11 p.m., 30 at midnight, and 31 at 2 a.m. I'm going to have a warm front coming through. But I don't think the roads are going to do anything at that temperature. It'd have to get down to the teens. A lot of side roads here are not. Yeah, I bet they are. But y'all have probably been colder longer. You know, this asphalt, it takes quite a bit to get it cooled down. But if you've got like 3 days of freezing weather, it'll definitely freeze and stick to it for sure. But I don't anticipate any driving issues. Uh, I did take some pictures. I know nothing compared to what y'all have, but move this over there. Where we at? Present, share screen, window. There we go. I have 3 pine trees in my front yard. I guess those are pine. I'm sure they're a specific name of them, but to me, they look like a pine tree. But anyway, got some snow action going on out there. The roads, you can kind of tell, even when it was coming down, and this was earlier today, before more traffic was on it. And this road wasn't that bad, but this is a busy, not a super busy road, but a little busier. Hello, Presley. But anyway, man, I was looking. If you look at all that wood over there, if I had a fireplace, I am quite sure they would be more than happy for me to cut some of that up and burn it. But I don't have a fireplace here. Anyway, that's a little bit of snow from Wichita Falls, Texas. Well, north of Wichita Falls, Texas. Big B Town, Buck Burnett. Anyway, that's that. So anyway, I stand corrected and I'll make it official. My mother did not get me this, my sister did. My mom sent me a message last night. Good show, but your sister got you that hoodie, not me, or something to that effect. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, y'all, I don't know. We'll just hang out and talk for a bit. And y'all got something to ask or something to want to talk about? Let's do it. Because I got nothing planned. My mom sends me a thumbs up. I had to make it official to correct my error there. Anyhow, the kids, well, I say the kids, I didn't even share their picture, but you can't. But it's a cute picture. I don't think it would matter. I say they're kids. It's young couple across the street. I saw them out there and I thought, we don't get the opportunity very often to build a snowman. So I slipped on my boots and walked over here and said, y'all want your picture taken? Because I just got their email address, his email address, so I could send them the picture. But that's a pretty healthy sized snowman. The lady and the young lady, the two girls are from California, and he's from over in Oklahoma somewhere. But anyway, I just thought that was a good family picture. It was an opportunity, and like I said, that opportunity doesn't come to this area that often. So, and it'll give them some memories to look back at. They can say, "Remember that old man that lived across the street back in 2025?" Yeah, I was a good sized snowman. It was good packing snow. Really was. I was watching the Christmas light fight a few nights ago. They had a home there in Wichita Falls that was on there. Oh, cool. Yeah, probably the one over on Southwest Parkway. Well, they may call it FM 369. It technically it is 369, but it's on the southwest side of Wichita Falls. But yeah, they do it up. They've won some awards, but they've got like a good sized yard. And I think the neighbor, I can't remember. I didn't even drive by there this year. Seems like the neighbor let them put some of it in their yard, but it may just be all in their yard and just over on that side of the driveway. Hello, Bushka. Bushka. What kind of name is that? Bushka. Is that I don't know. I hope I don't offend anybody, but it kind of sounds like Russian or something like, vodka. Anyhow, this is what I'm seeing. Let's see. Which way am I going here? That's what I'm seeing on my camera right now. Every once in a while, I'll see a little snowflake fly through there. And there's about a 3-inch, 2-inch gap between the house and the carport. But anyway, there was a cat walking across there, and you would have thought the cat would have walked down the track that I left there, but it didn't. It walked through the deep snow. More power to you. Oh, I was like, what is that? And it's the mic. Anybody got anything they want to talk about? Or any questions they want to ask? Anybody know a housekeeper that can come over and do some dusting? Man, that monitor's dusty. Whew. I have my little desk light pointing at the wall to get a little bounce sliding effect off of the wall. And it's really showing some dust on that monitor. Did you move into your new place? Yes, sir. I did. Yep. Hello, Lisa. Yeah, moved in. What was it? Last of October, about the last week. I think it was the last week of October, and kind of. I still have a box in there in the bedroom that has to be put up, and I just haven't gotten to it. But I've been so busy doing reviews up until today. I've got one of the tables that we take to Bowie flea market. I've got it in there, and that's where I've been putting the stuff coming in that needs to be reviewed, and it is empty. I do have one box in the living room, but we're going to do that one over to Emily's because it's a dog kennel thing, and she's got a dog. I don't. What items are you looking to do in 6 months to a year old review videos on? The electric scooter, for one. I was wanting to do a 1 year on that, and I'd have to look. I've had that thing about a year, maybe more. The good majority of the stuff that I review, I don't keep it. Not that there's anything wrong with it. That's part of my business is, get it, review it, and move it on out. whether it's moving it out to my mom's, my sister's, my kids, or where, or Facebook Marketplace, or wherever. The banks for reading the terms of service. I didn't realize about the ID check. Oh yeah. Yeah, there was somebody posted on Reddit today that they did the license scan and the facial. They did shopping order and went to go do another shopping order or something, and they were deactivated. Something didn't click. I always worry about that facial. I mean, I'm honest, it is me, but if that AI reads it wrong, you're out of there. You'll have to appeal it and you can probably get back on. But, if you're depending on that app to pay the bills, 6 weeks to get back on there could put you almost out on the streets. So are really far behind. I get nervous about that, but yeah, they can check ID. As far as checking IDs, they can check IDs at the curbside pickup if they want now. It's in the terms of use. Yes. Pucky Picks are usually using the AI. It's always giving problems. Huh. I've never got an ID check on Proxy Picks. They had 4 Proxy Picks up yesterday, but they were paying like $20, and one of them went up to $40. And I saw it earlier today, but it was a real estate. I'm pretty sure that it was a new house build, because there was a lady is building houses. Actually, one's right down the road from me, but over on the east side of Wichita Falls, she's building a lot of small houses, and I guess maybe whoever her lender is wanting the pictures. I don't know. But that one went up to $40, but I wasn't going to get out and drive in that for $40 because it would be probably 14 miles there, then another 14 miles back. That's 28 miles. And then you're going to be tromping around out there in the snow to get the pictures. And I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to get out. I didn't know how bad the roads were, though. Today was my daughter's birthday. For some reason, I was thinking she was 31, but it pops up on Facebook, says she's 32. I thought, that's bad when a dad don't even know. And then I thought about it and said, yeah, that does make sense. Because Caleb was born in 89, so she had to have been born in 93. But anyway, she was having to do laundry. Apparently their dryer went out. She was at the laundromat. I said, the heck of a way to spend a birthday. They're at the laundromat. I've got a dryer out in my storage shed, but it don't work. I guess maybe I should try to see if I can get it fixed, and then she could have the dryer that I got or using now. I don't know. We'll figure something out. I'm more worried about getting my stuff taken care of first before I'm sitting in the cold and the dark. I keep track of my age from the oldest age. We are 19 years apart. Well, I can remember my son's year that he was born easily because I had an 89 Mustang GT and he was born in 89. So that's easy to keep up with. My dryer works. I just need a washing machine. Well, so far this washing machine's still going. I'd bought them used from my friends of ours' mother. Well, I'm friends with her too. But anyway, she moved into assisted living or something. She wasn't able to stay by herself anymore. But anyway, I got her washer and dryer. And the dryer had issues from day one, but it finally kapluked on me, a couple of months ago. But an old friend that I've known since, well, I've known his little brother, which is my age, since first grade. But Calvin was like my sister's age, maybe a year younger. But anyway, he just happened to have a dryer, and he gave it to me. That was pretty cool. You know, I talk to the guy maybe once every 15 years or 20 years, but he's on my Facebook and he saw me post that, and that was pretty cool. Good people around. But, anyhow, we got silence. I can hear the crickets. I was trying to think of something valuable to share, but I really don't know. My age runs with the gears, so it makes it easy to remember how old I am. There's definitely some good people around. Yeah. So how was your day? My day was spent sitting right here, but I tell you what, I think I mentioned this last night too. It just amazed me the night before, and a lot today. I am not a TikToker, and I didn't watch TikTok, but I got over on YouTube and Facebook, and started watching those Facebook reels, just clicking one video after the other. But I did see that. I don't know if y'all may have saw the video too. The fires they're having out there in California. A lot of the people in that neighborhood or Palisade, however you pronounce that, they abandoned their cars in the middle of the road. You know, it's a residential area, but in the middle of the road, they had a big old bulldozer, probably a D8, maybe bigger than that, but a big bulldozer, and it was just putting Mercedes emblems on the front of the car, just push them to the sides because they just left them parked right in the middle of the road, and the fire department couldn't get through. I thought that's ridiculous. Number one, that was the car owner's fault for leaving the car abandoned like that. I don't know what they did. They must have just got out of their cars and took off running. Kind of stupid if you ask me, but I don't know. Kind of stupid. Well, never mind. Um, I wouldn't live in California personally. Visit, yes. Pretty there. Like pictures I've seen, but to live there, I don't think so. But anyway, they were just pushing them cars out the road. We had a friend come build a ramp to make it easier for Wendy to get into the house a few weeks ago. Oh, that's good. That's good. You just got home from Oklahoma? Oklahoma. Crazy drivers in California. You gotta be around Wichita Falls. You know, well, not in the United States, but in Texas, Wichita Falls ranks like second or third worst drivers. They are some no common sense driving fools around here. You know, if you're from the country, you knew this from day one. When you're going down the road and there's a shoulder, and you're going to go to the right, you pull into the shoulder and use that shoulder for a turning lane. You know, and if you're blocking traffic and you have an improved shoulder, you move over if you can do so safely. You know, if you're fixing to go across a creek or a river or guardrails, no, maybe not, because it'll narrow down just a little bit. But people, and it worries me because people my age, usually both parents had to work. Because like when my parents was raising us, both parents had to work, but a lot of parents, mama stayed home. but somebody was there to teach the kids how to drive. And in my generation, a lot of us, both parents had to work. We didn't have time. Well, I didn't. Well, I tried with my son, but never mind. My daughter had the homeschooling on driving, but a lot of people send their kids to driving school and driver's ed, and they don't teach common sense driving. They teach what's in that handbook. They don't teach common sense driving. That's taught from home. And so, like people my kids' age now didn't learn that, and they're teaching their kids how to drive, and they're going to lose some more skills. So these second generation for me, like grandkids' age, they're a bunch of them not going to know how to drive. Well, I got taught. My mommy taught me how to drive, or my daddy taught me how to drive. Well, they didn't even know how to drive. So it's not all about the law. Sometimes it's about a little common sense. Yeah. When you're driving a 2,000-pound plus vehicle, you need a little common sense, at least in driving. I never thought I'd find anywhere worse than drivers in Paris, France. Then I went to San Diego. They are nuts in San Diego. I've never been to California. Well, I had cousins out there. I was with Dad, and my dad drove a cattle truck and drove other trucks too. But actually, that load, well, he drove a cattle truck, but I don't think that's when he was hauling cattle. I don't remember what we was hauling. I don't know. Oh, it was McAllister, I think. I was hauling pipe. We was headed to California because I was thinking, oh, I'm going to get to see California. And the truck broke down. What was that, in Albuquerque? I think it was Albuquerque, New Mexico. And that's as close to driving to California that I've ever got. Now, I flew to Las Vegas, but, I didn't drive or ride other than riding in the plane. Anyway, never made it to California. I've never been to the East Coast, and I've never been to the West Coast, but pretty much everything's up and down. I've been there. Just not the East Coast or the West Coast. Used to, people say Oklahoma drivers was the worst drivers. I don't know. Out here on the highway between Wichita and here, that's heading Oklahoma. And them Oklahoma people, a lot of them don't know what that left lane is for. It is not a cruising lane. That is for passing only. It's not a fast lane. I think if I remember right, a long time ago, probably back in the 80s, they were saying left lane is the fast lane. Then they changed that. It's the passing lane, not the fast lane. It's the passing lane. But a lot of people got that instilled in their head, and they think speed limit 75. I'm running 80. I'm going fast. I need to be in the left lane. Wrong. I don't care if you're driving 100. You don't need in that left lane unless you're passing. Period. End of it. And now they can pull you over and give you a ticket for it. At least in Texas, they can. And I believe in Arkansas they can, because on Life Patrol, the Sheriff Taylor or Deputy Chief Taylor, man, if I ever go to Arkansas and through his county, I'm going to speed so I can get pulled over by him. That's one cool dude. But anyway, he pulled the car over for driving in the left lane. So it might be a law, it might be a national law, but it may go state to state. I don't know. But they can pull you over and give you a ticket in Texas. I do know that. Oklahoma drivers, and that's worse than New York drivers. Yeah. Oklahoma, they would, when we used to go to Oklahoma City a lot, they would drive kind of fast, but they would just change lanes. No blinker, no nothing, just change lanes. Dallas, back in the day, now people drive slow and get in my way. But used to, they drove really fast in the Dallas area, but they used blinkers. They put their blinker on, then they'd move over. Oklahoma City and places, anywhere in Oklahoma, no, they just move over. May or may not look. And I've noticed some truck drivers nowadays are doing that. I used to think truck drivers were the best drivers on the road. I am no longer, I'm not wrong, but it is no longer a fact. Truck drivers are not. A lot of the truck drivers I see are probably the worst drivers on the road. I've seen so many of them just pull over to go around another truck that's going 1 mile an hour or less than them, and you got cars fixing to fly past them, and they just pull over and block traffic. They don't pay any attention. I get a little on a little on the, what do you call it? I forget what the word is, but I, I, I'm just not happy about some drivers. Yeah, this generation as a whole can't drive. I agree. I even put that on Facebook on somebody's post the other day. I said, there are some young drivers that do know how to drive. Not all of them are bad. There are some good drivers, but more than half of them shouldn't even be driving a bicycle. Yeah, that is true. That is true. And they're watching TV and um, I don't know. It's funny this time of the year you start seeing a lot of those Facebook reels and probably YouTube shorts and TikTok videos of trucks going down the road sideways because they're sliding. It's that time of the year. But, I don't care how good a vehicle can take off, which, a truck can take off better because they got differential locks and everything else. But they can't. They're horrible when it comes to stopping. All vehicles are hard to stop on ice, but a truck is next to impossible. It'd be like stopping a train. You're going to need a mile or so, but they just don't know how to drive. I had a friend that was a truck driver. He was always looking at YouTube and doing stuff on the computer while driving. It's crazy. In Oklahoma, they also don't have a law against not using a cell phones when you're driving. I see people talking or texting and driving. We have a law for it here, but it doesn't stop anybody. Used to, you would say, they're probably drinking because when they start crossing lane, you say, I bet they're drunk. Nah, not anymore. Usually you can look over at them and they're like, they're texting or talking and looking at their phone. What gets me is when people talk on their phone like this. And I know a lot of people do it. So if you do it, I'm not making fun of you, but maybe I'm old school. But if I got that phone out like this, well, it's probably because I'm hard of hearing, but I got to have it like this when I'm talking because I see them walking through Walmart holding their phone out like this talking. But that's the way they drive too. They're like, I don't know. Oh, that's just became law here in Missouri, and you can't hold the phone whilst driving. Yeah, you have to be hands free here. You can use your phone, but it has to be hands free. And I know a lot of people use that voice to text or whatever. I tried it, but for some reason mine won't work, or I don't know how to work it. Yeah. But I know on when you're texting somebody, you can push that little microphone and you can leave like a voice message. That's kind of cool. I didn't know you could do that until a few months ago. I hate it when the light changed green and they're just sitting there texting. They don't even know. Yeah. Yeah, don't understand me either, Ray. Don't feel bad. Presley, that dash cam that I just reviewed, it's got built-in AI in it. And when you're at a red light, of course, if you was the first car, it wouldn't do you any good. But if you're at the red light and you're behind the car, and in a situation like that, and you're not paying attention, and that car in front of you takes off, that dash cam will detect that, and it'll tell you to go. But it also fusses at you when you start coming up behind a car. There's a kitty cat comes up behind a car too fast, and I'm not coming up behind them too fast, but apparently the camera thinks I am. I'm gonna switch those. I think I'm gonna keep this one. It's pretty cool. I don't know. I may sell it. I really don't. It's got a little better picture than mine, but in all reality, as long as you can identify the vehicle, you don't need to see if they got dirt on their bumper. But yeah, that AI is pretty cool, and it'll tell you. I was driving in front of Walmart Sunday, and people will walk across there, and you stop, but it's a pedestrian warning, pedestrian warning, pedestrian, and then driving through the parking lot, where the cars are, through the lanes, it'll have little on the sides. Little red light will blink. A light down the side will blink, meaning there's vehicles on the side. It's a blind spot detector. So on the left and the right. That's pretty cool too. But it's a cool camera, but it's $300, $299. But has that Starvis 2 sensor in it, so it does pretty good and the zoom lens. That first camera I've ever seen, dash camera, that had a zoom lens like that. Cool camera. I've got one sitting back here that I was going to keep, and I never put it in the car, other than the review. And then I got this other one in that's even cooler. And the more I think about it, I'm like, do I really need to change it out? The one I've got in the car is a 3-channel. It's got inside the cabin and front and back, but I don't really need. I wanted that because I was doing Uber rideshare occasionally, but since I don't even do Uber anymore, I have no real reason to have a 3-channel. But I don't know. It's kind of cool when you get neat stuff in and you're thinking, man, I need to switch that out. But if you switch it out, then you got to pull the cable back out of the headliner and all that and run your cord again, which is not that big of a deal. But I don't know. We'll see. I certainly am not going to be doing it in the next few days. There's another cat. I'm telling you, I've mentioned this before. I think whoever lived here before fed cats, because there's like 6 or 7 cats that at different times I'll see coming through. Like about 10 to midnight, they'll come up and they like walk through the carport, and I guess they're going back here in the backyard. I don't know where they're going, but Cherry reviewed that helps you stand up was cool. I've never seen. Oh, the lift assist, Cherry. Do you think you'd ever do Uber, et cetera, again? I don't know how long, because I got deactivated on Uber, so I don't know if I can get back on Uber or not. But yeah, that lift assist chair is especially for somebody older or somebody that's got back problems. You don't have to be older, but if you have back issues or trouble getting up, those things are great. The guy that bought it, him and his now wife, they got married. He was probably 6'2", and probably he's a big stocky boy, probably 300 pounds. I don't know. He sat down on it and it just lifted him right up. He said, now that's neat. So it'll lift some big folks. Those are cool. No doubt about it. If I get to the condition where I need something like that, I hope to be able to get one. I saw a car for sale a few days ago that had a dash cam in it. They probably didn't want to take it out. Yeah, or they thought that it might help the price. I don't know. Hello, Gigwise. How you doing, Tim? Ray should check it out. Oh yeah, I think that chair. Well, I don't know. I don't even remember how much it was, but you might. I don't know insurance wise. I don't know about Medicaid or Medicare or anything, but you might check to see if they would cover that chair. If her doctor could say that she can't get up and down, they may cover at least 80% of it. I don't know. But those are definitely worth having. They're nice if you need it. Hello, Mary. Just got home. Woo. I ain't left the neighborhood. I've thought about getting one for Wendy before. They're nice. They're not that one. It was comfortable, but not as comfortable as my big recliner. But it's kind of a bigger one, and it's overstuffed, and you can. The only thing about my recliner is I wished it would lay back further. I've got another recliner that's supposed to be coming in. I'm curious as how far it'll lay back. It may be a keeper, and I may sell it. It's like $400 on Amazon, so we'll see. I was wanting to get a couch, and the place I was going to get a couch from was going out of business, and I waited too long, and they sold out. I missed that boat. Had a late order tonight. Wow. Had to been a good one. Her dad had one. Oh, okay, yeah. Y'all got snow up there. I just got home about 30 minutes ago, man. I ain't left the neighborhood today. I run over to Emily's earlier. She did a Walmart order so I can get some eggs and some more tea. And it's much easier just to run one block over versus driving up to the United grocery store all the way into town to Walmart. And I just cash app her to send her the money. And I don't have to go nowhere other than a block over. And really, I could have walked over there, but the roads wasn't bad. My driveway is like this, and I don't know if you can tell when I flipped it around there or not. And if it got icy, I don't know that I could get up in that driveway in this car. If I got a good running start at it, maybe. But first stores are always going out of business. So this one did go out of business. Yeah, we had one here. Oh, it's on Brook. Anyway, they had going out of business sales for probably 15 years or longer. But this one did, and the couch was down to $3.99. And if y'all price couches, $3.99 is cheap for a couch. For a decent couch. And I should have just got it. I had a credit card. I know I shouldn't use credit cards, and that's why I didn't do it, because I didn't want to use a credit card. And I thought it would go down some more, but I should have just used a credit card and bought the couch. But I waited about 3 weeks because the guy that worked there told me they was going to go down another 10 or 15%. And then they had 4 in the back room and a truck coming in. Yeah, the truck didn't have any on it, and the 4 in the back room sold. So I messed up. You snooze, you lose. Furniture store. I've been out in my truck. Man is going anywhere in this one. So I've never had a well, we had a minivan one time and it did good on the ice, but yours is not a minivan. What is it not heavier than the truck? It seems like it'd have more steel. You'd get a little more traction. I don't know. Congratulations, Tim. I went over thinking you were on the panel and saw you were gifted a member. Oh, okay. Hi, Lisa Mary, Matthew West. Rear wheel drive. It's like, oh, okay. And your truck's not rear wheel drive? I know about driving pickups on ice. That's no fun. You put hay bales in the back of them and sandbags. When I was real young, I put hay bale back there. And then when I got older, I was working for the city, so I put sandbags in the back. Oh, your truck's 4x4. Oh, okay, 4x4. Yep. Yeah, that Infiniti that I had, man, when we had ice about 3 years ago when I was doing Uber and gig Grubhub, DoorDash and all that. I love doing that thing because it was all-wheel drive and there's some places even the all-wheel drives are not gonna go, but I didn't have any issues going through the mushy snow and stuff like that, and I was having issues with people driving 5 miles an hour. I'm like, "Go, and if you're scared to drive, don't be out here. Simple." The truck is a pain to be out in the snow for us to. It's rear-wheel drive, ever so light in the back. Yeah. Yeah, that was a problem with the regular pickups. The cargo van doesn't get good traction in the rain. I won't try to drive it in the snow. That's no moneymaker. Yeah. That's why I love my Subaru. It's great on the snow, just not so much the ice. And that ain't going to be very much good on the ice, period. I mean, the all-wheel drive will help, but ice is snow, yeah, ice stopping. None of them are going to stop good. But I don't know. Up until I had that, I had a GMC Jimmy. It did good, and then my Yukon that I had did good, and then my Infiniti did good. But this Nissan Maxima I got it's front wheel drive, and I don't know how good it would do. Haven't had to have it out where it was icy, and I don't plan to either. Not saying I wouldn't, but oh, Tim's channel is growing pretty good. I thought the snow piled up in the bed would help weigh the truck down, not as much as I'd hoped. Hmm. May have helped more than you think. I don't know. Nah, I'm only at 1651 subs right now. Big bags of sand and salt in my truck. Yeah. We used to put sandbags in when I worked for the city. I put about 10 or 15 sandbags in the back of it. But I had to get out. I had to drive the barricade truck, and we used to be able to bring it home, but then another city employee illegally parked in front of their house and it got hit, and then the city had a big conniption over that. Wouldn't let us drive the vehicles home anymore, so we'd have to go start our vehicle, drive to the yard, start that vehicle, let it warm up, and then drive to the job site. Hello, pork chop. Hello, did you get the snow tonight? Yeah, we got about 4 inches. Started early this morning, about 5 or 6, I think. And pretty much snowed all day long. But there's about 3.5 to 4 inches of snow out there. It's not snow. Every once in a while, I see a little flake on the camera, but I don't think it's going to do much more now. And by tomorrow afternoon, it'll be gone. We may not get any more the rest of the year. Who knows? I do the same in this truck too, man. But someone would steal those. Oh, I'm just, I'm just glad I don't have to get out there. Oh, pork chop. I'm being reassigned. No more Luna. I got a ton of snow outside the snowbanks. Or told me, wow. Hello, Steve. How are you, sir? I was jumping over on your live earlier for a little bit while I was eating. I was being entertained while I was eating. No, Luna didn't leave. Amber, was it Amber or Sherry? I guess she's a boss now. Anyway, she's reassigning some more professional. She called them a broker, but the other night they said they were called whatever. Anyway, because I won't let the sellers put my videos on Amazon and me take mine down. I did it last night because it was on something that has not gotten very many views anyway, so I wasn't gonna just whatever. But this person is supposed to be higher up and does more professional, is more professional or whatever. I don't know, but Luna was afraid that she would mess up again and send me something that the seller wanted them to put the video on there. And I don't create videos for sellers to put on Amazon for themselves because that's how we make our money, off the commission. And if you ain't making no commission off Amazon, then other than just selling the product, it ain't worth doing. But anyway, this is a Jenny. We'll see how she does. Oh, we got like an inch of snow Saturday night, and then about 8 inches of ice and sleet, and then 4 or 5 inches of snow Sunday night. And it's been bitter cold. Oh, wow. Wichita Falls was shut down. Well, they shut down the schools with this snow. And it wasn't even covering the roads when the kids would have went to school. It's not even on covering the roads now. We only got to like 30 degrees today, 32 maybe. And the roads was not bad, and they shut the schools down. They got them shut down tomorrow too. I don't know about Wichita Falls yet, but like a lot of the surrounding schools, they're shut down. They've already put it out. I'm like, it's only going to be 31 degrees. The roads are not going to freeze. I know 32 is freezing. Asphalt's not going to freeze at 30 degrees in most cases. Maybe a bridge here and there, but hey, when I was in school, they didn't shut it down for nothing. We wanted them to. For being over here. Yeah, y'all got some definite snow up there. I don't know how far south it went. They were talking. Oh, well, I do know it's in the Dallas area because I saw uh, a picture on Facebook earlier from not Plano. Um, can't remember where Andrew lives. That's Emily's son. Um, anyway, they got snow down there in the Dallas Fort Worth area. Went to school in all sorts of weather. Had to walk to school in the rain and snow. Let me guess, a mile uphill and the school and a mile uphill back home. Barefooted, huh? Hmm. I don't. I did. Well, yeah, I probably walked to school when in grade school when I didn't ride my bicycle, but it wasn't that far, maybe a half a mile. Um, Junior high was probably a mile, but it wasn't nothing. I rode out to my grandparents probably 7 or 8 miles on my bicycle. It wasn't nothing back then. And then by the time I got a freshman, I had a car. You know, thanks to my sister. And then I wound up getting my own car. An old 66 Ford pickup. I tell you what, that thing gets squirrely on that ice. And them old polyglass tires catch the grooves in the road, and that'll just suck you down in the bar ditches. Them polyglass tires were horrible. Actually, it was 3 miles to school. Well, my high school was, I don't know, 10 miles maybe. Man, probably not that far. I don't know. I don't know how far it was, but I didn't walk. Webcam. Do we want a webcam, y'all? Let's take a look at it. Do we need to review this? Which is it? $36.99. I don't really want to do it, to be honest with you. I've got a webcam somewhere. Oh, $29.99. It's 25% off. Nah. Not well, it's probably paying $20 to do the video. Does anybody need a webcam? I tried to sell one for 6 months, maybe a year. Didn't get a bus till high school. Mine was a mile for grade school, and I walked alone. Yeah, we walked alone, but grade school would have been up to, let's see, six. I was 6 and 71, so about 77. You do need one on your desktop. Oh, video requirement. Hmm. Maybe we had to walk to school if we missed the bus. Can't imagine letting a kid walk alone now with all the perverts around me. That's true. That's why I say when I walked to school, that was back in the early 70s. I mean, just I'm sure things happened. It was just very few and far between. Nobody really worried about anything up until the last 20 years. My grade school what was it, from Cascades to Jefferson? Half a mile, maybe. And it wasn't even walking in the neighborhood because you could walk up our street, cut through the high school yard, and then there was a park behind the high school, and on the other side of the park was our elementary. So I never was really out in the streets, really, but I'd catch a double-decker bus at school at times. However, I fell off the back of that bus like you do here. We didn't have none of that fancy stuff. Okay. We never had any special school buses like you do. Oh, so y'all had like city buses you had to ride. Yeah, we got regular school buses here. I rode the school bus. I said I had a car my freshman year. Probably that was my sophomore year because I did have to ride the school bus for a while. That was probably eighth grade. Probably eighth grade, I rode the school bus, and probably ninth grade. I think I got a ticket for no driver's license in my ninth grade year. I was 15 anyway. And after I got the ticket for no driver's license, Mama picked me up at school and they handed me the driver's ed book and said, "Here, study it between the school and the DPS." But I had been driving for many, many, many years before that. So it was just a matter of learning the official braking distances and stuff like that. I never thought about any of that. Driving my grandparents to the feed store, to church, and places. We never really thought about braking distance, but anyway, I passed it. I was 15 years old, taking driver's ed at school, and I already had a driver's license, but Daddy wanted me to take it. I guess we got an insurance discount, so I'm driving on occasions. I didn't have a license as I was too young to get it. Could buy a car very cheap. Cars ain't cheap now, I'll tell you what. I've been, and you was looking at cars too the other night, Ray. I don't know. Mom mentioned something a while back. Have you ever thought about getting something the insurance would be cheaper? The insurance on a Nissan Maxima is higher than most any other cars. My aunt has her own insurance agency, and she ran all my information on this car, and she couldn't beat the current insurance I have. And then she ran my information on, I think, a Toyota Camry or something, and it was a lot cheaper. For some reason, the Nissan Maxima's insurance is high. I don't know if they have a high theft rate or the parts on them are so expensive. I don't know. But anyway, I was kind of thinking about that. I'd like to have like a little SUV. But my problem is I don't want to get something that doesn't have a towing capacity. Because if I keep doing what I'm doing and going to the flea market and stuff, I might as well have something big enough to pull a trailer if I wind up getting a trailer. And I don't want a big trailer, but I would like to have a camping trailer, a little RV. Not a big one, but 20, 24 foot. But there's no use in buying a vehicle that won't pull that. I mean, because there's nothing wrong with my car, other than the insurance. But I kind of like to have an SUV. And then when I did do Spark or whatever, I'd have more room in it anyway. So I don't know. I'm just going to look at them. I had looked at, there's some Subarus on there I was looking at. Wow, that's crazy that Maxima is expensive. Anything but a Maxima. Yeah. I don't understand why their insurance is higher. I don't know. You know, probably insurance on a Corvette would be less. You know, when I bought my vet a few years ago, I wish I still had it. But anyway, I was looking to get a Trans Am. And then when I found out how much the insurance was on a Trans Am, I thought for $10 more a month, I could have a Corvette. So yeah, went and bought a Corvette. If we didn't have a second vehicle, I would have missed out on a really good day today. Well, I don't know who else financed their vehicles and what goes on with that, but like Tim just said, had a second vehicle. I was going to refinance my car and get my loan payment about $120 less a month, and pretty much was approved for it. But then they asked me, you have to verify your income, and the majority of my income that I was going to be having to verify at the moment was Spark. And they said, "Oh, you do rideshare?" And I said, "No, it's not rideshare." I said, "I occasionally deliver for Walmart, and the gig apps and stuff like that." And they said that, nope, can't refinance it because a lot of the lenders will not refinance on a vehicle that is used for rideshare or anything delivery like that. I don't know if they're putting it as a commercial or what. However, if I'd been smart enough, I'd have said, no, I don't use this car for that. I have another car that I use. But I wasn't smart enough to think that quick. I got to 108 the hard way. My plans are to sell my truck early as spring, and buy something else that gets better gas mileage, but can drive in snow if I need it. Yeah. Well, the Subarus, they're supposed to have the best transmission for all-wheel drives and four-wheel drives. I like the looks of the GMC Terrains, but they don't have a very good towing capacity. I think it was 1,500 pounds, and 1,500 pounds is nothing. I always tell them that I sell online, never tell them that I do the gig. Well, I had to give, turn in like check. I couldn't do check stubs, but you know how Spark and DoorDash and all that. You can go on there and you can get a printout of your deposits, and it'll show where it's coming from. But had I been smart enough, I'd have said, no, 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 I don't use this car for that. I have a second car that I use for that. But I figure if I wait a little while, then I can do it, unless I trade this car in, which I just don't want to be upside down on it. But the payment on this thing's pretty high because where I had to finance it was high interest. Delivered a lot of pizzas in that Cherokee long before the gig apps. Oh, my mom's got a Cherokee, Grand Cherokee. It's not four-wheel drive or nothing, though. I think hers is a 2000 model. 2000 or 2001, I can't remember. Now, I did notice there are a lot of Jeeps and Subarus on the trading post within 200 miles of Wichita Falls. When you start looking at SUVs/crossovers. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to get around that. But had I thought about it, I could have just said, I got a second vehicle. Those might be a bit too high for when you get in and out though. See, that's the issue. Like with my car, I don't know how easy Wendy gets in and out of vehicles, but like my car, my mom has, she can get in and out of mine, but she has to hold on because you have to sit down into it. And her Grand Cherokee, she pretty much just goes straight over to, kind of steps up into it, but I guess it's easier for her to step up just a little bit versus to get down because you're putting a lot of pressure on your knees. So I don't know. I guess if you got a little SUV and it was too low, you could put a little lift kit on it. The prices of vehicles are crazy. And man, tell you what, I lucked out on my Infinity. I bought the Infinity before the prices like almost doubled. And I was thinking about trading it off, and I went on Carvana. And Carvana offered me like $300 trade in on my Infinity. I thought that is ridiculous. And then the prices of vehicles went way up, and then my Infinity got totaled. Insurance paid $11,000 on that Infinity. So Carvana puts just screws to people that's trying to sell to them or trade in. They will screw you over big time. I did see we was in Dallas or Plano last month or the 21st of December. And some of y'all live in those big cities. Y'all probably seen it. I never seen anything like it. It's a clear building and it's what, 7, 8 floors, but it's vehicles. And it's either Carvana or one of those. And you like buy your car and you put your card or something in it and it brings it down and spits your car out like a vending machine. That is the craziest thing. I never seen it. I didn't even know they had anything like that. That was wild. Only got offered $200 for my truck on a trade-in for my van. I still have the truck. Oh man, yeah. I didn't know they had such a thing. That was really neat looking. Yeah, I wouldn't deal with nothing with Carvana. And I've heard a lot of people having issues getting the titles on the vehicles that they bought through Carvana. Anyway, y'all, I am going to hop off here and call it a night. Did they start the tower thing in Germany? Oh, I don't know. Houston is one of those crazy to drive by and look at. It is. This one is on going to Plano, whatever that is. Volkswagen in Germany as a tower too. All right, kids. Grandpa is going to get off here. And you know what Grandpa's going to do? He's going to go find him a John Wayne movie or something and sit his fat little butt in there on the recliner with a blanket and watch a movie. I haven't done that in so long. It's going to be kind of neat. So, anyway, I will talk to y'all later. And that's where the car tower started. I didn't know that. Anyway, I hope y'all have a safe and good night, and y'all stay warm and be careful out there. Y'all got a lot worse weather. Some of y'all got a lot worse weather than we got, and maybe the people around y'all know how to drive on it, but people in Wichita Falls don't know how to drive on it. Probably, I don't know. Anyhow, y'all keep smiling, dashing, dancing, prancing, doing anything you want to do. Just keep doing something. Just don't dance on the ice because that not be good for your physique. Something like that. I was trying to make it rhyme, but that didn't work out. Anyhow, I'm out of here, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for being here, and I'll catch y'all later. Bye, y'all.